it's Sue Ralph here with Birdcage Craft Studio, and I have my friend Jill back today, the one with the painted nails. Now, I always make a joke about it because I don't get my nails painted, but...
Hi Sue, thanks for asking me back again.
No problem, it's nice to have someone to craft with. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to be showing you today how to make a day and night snow globe. Now, you may have seen these on the internet because I know IndigoBlu have been doing them, and they held a workshop I think last week. But this one I've done is as I said, a day and a night. I've actually used the Flakes to do a border around the bottom of my globe, and then I've just put ribbon along the top. So it's gone from this to this, and you've got the little snow pieces inside. So I'm going to show you how to do that, but first of all I just wanted to explain to you about Flakes and the flitter glue. So Jill's just going to show you a couple of things.
I'd never used these flitter flakes or glue before, so we had a little play before we went live on air, and I've made this Father Christmas using the Shepherd Steel flitter flakes, and I think he's come out absolutely gorgeous. I've put a sentiment on, so I'm going to take that away with me and mount it up and make a card. And then Sue made this absolutely gorgeous robin, and that's using the chocolate box, and the colours I think are absolutely fabulous. I hope they show up on the screen, but the red is absolutely gorgeous, and the whole set is amazing.
Yeah, it's really nice colours I think in the chocolate box. I'm glad I was able to get hold of some of those. Anyway, what I've done, I put some of them from the tub into a larger container because there's no way that you'd get all of that flake back into that small tub. But what you want to do when you're using the MEGA-FLAKEs from IndigoBlu, you'll need the flitter glue, and that comes in this screw top bottle, which is very clever because it stops the glue drying, because there's a top inside that basically pushes all the glue out. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. So it just means that then there's nothing stuck in there to get dry. So you want yourself a piece of fat foam, and on there you want to squeeze some of your flitter glue. And I've already put some on because we were playing earlier, and it does last a long time, but this is just to show you. And you want a spatula, and you just want to spread it like icing and push it into that fat foam. And just keep going until it's all disappeared. Okay, and there's nothing left. And if you use an old plate or a tile, that will keep the air off the flitter glue, and that will last up to about 8 hours, which is really good. Oh, excuse me. The other thing that you will need to do is you need to have a pot of water and some kitchen paper, because as soon as you finish using your stamp with the flitter glue and you've put your image down onto your cardstock, you need to get the flitter glue off your stamped image, otherwise if it gets dried on there it won't come off. So let's start. I think Jill's going to start with her nighttime side, but I'm going to go with my daytime side just to show you another way of actually doing a masking system that we're going to do as we're going along, and that is just using a packet of post-it notes, and you stamp your image and then cut around it, and then when you want to mask an area, you know, because you've done your skaters, you can put it over the top and then you can stamp. But you'll see as we're going along what we're doing. Now, instead of me doing that, I'm going to do mine slightly differently. I'm going to use post-it note holders, and I'm just literally going to punch half a circle out, and I've got two pieces to get together because it's easier to punch, because one piece it wouldn't punch very well. And I'm going to make just a little bit of a winter sun for mine. So Jill's getting on, and she's already done her flitter glue, and she's getting that ready then to go in. I think she's using the Sheffield steel. So I'm just putting my mask over my piece of paper. Oh, I've got two stuck together here and I can't get them out. Right, let's just see if that will work. And I'm just coming in with a little bit of ink just to give myself a bit of a blue background.
And I'm cleaning the wooden stamps with a toothbrush.
Yeah, make sure that glue doesn't get stuck in there. Right, so I'm just putting some ink down because I'm just going to do my daytime scene, as I said, and this is going to be using a reindeer and trees out of Lovely as a Tree from Stampin' Up. So we've got both types of stamps here. We're using some IndigoBlu and we're also using Stampin' Up. So, as you can see, I put my sun down, and then if I take my piece of post-it note holder off, you can see then I've got a shadow that's been left where I've put the ink on. But this is the template that I'm going to be using for the snow globe, which I'm going to place over the top after I've finished, and I'm going to cut around it so then I know exactly where everything's going to be. And I think I'll do that first before I do any stamping. So this will fit inside the snow globe. Right, do you want to tell them what you're doing, Jill?
I'm pushing the Shepherd Steel Flakes onto my stamped image with my fingers, and as you can see it sticks absolutely everywhere. It's very static. So
I'm going to go home covered in
glitter
flakes.
I'll be covered in glitter flakes rather than dazzling diamonds as I usually am.
Right, so I'm going to go in with my flitter glue, and I'm just going to go over my Lovely as a Tree. I'm going to just use the one side. Okay, and then stamp down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do my trees with the chocolate box, because I think the chocolate box is lovely. I really like the colour of those flakes. And because they're quite big flakes, you can actually pick out some of the colours that you want. When you're stamping down, don't forget, when you're using flitter glue, don't leave it on the paper for too long. You just want to stamp down and bring it off, because the glue will actually get stuck all over everything otherwise. And you know, you might pull up bits of paper if you leave it on the paper for too long. I'm just cleaning that off very quickly. And now I'm going to go in like Jill did with my flakes. Do you want to explain what you're doing, Jill, and people know?
I'm using a Scoochie, sorry, and I'm rubbing off the excess flakes from my stamped image, my glue stamped image. But I don't know what's happened there, Sue.
Alright, well just rub it again a little bit, and if it won't come off, it means you've got a little bit too much glue on there.
Oh no.
That's not a problem, because IndigoBlu have brought out a little eraser.
Oh right.
So what we can actually do is erase that off. But you might find when you put your template over the top, you might just be able to cut that bit off.
I can avoid that bit, yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to come in and pick up a few little bits of the green that's in the chocolate box, which is like a sagey metallic green, and then just come in with a few of the sort of autumn colours. I think that's why I like this so much, because it's very sort of autumnal colours in the chocolate box. It's beautiful. Right, just get a few of those on, and I'm making sure that I'm covering all of my glued areas. Okay, you can feel if you've missed anything out. You can just get another bit of flake and just push it over the top of where the glue is. Okay. And then once you've got it all down, just rub it, as Jill said, just to make sure it's all stuck in to your glue. And then I'm going to come in with my Scoochie in just a minute, just make sure I'm rubbing everything off. And then bring my Scoochie in, and I'm just literally going to rub off the remaining flake that's not stuck down, like so. Just make sure I get all the bits off.
Oh, it's really pretty, Sue, with the blue.
It is, isn't it? And then that's the image that I've got using mine. And I'm going to come in just a minute with my other stamp, which is a stag, and I'm going to use Stays On ink. Let me just clear this mess up before it goes everywhere. Now the only problem with using the flitter flakes is they're so light, they actually waft everywhere, so you have to be careful not to breathe too heavily when you're doing this. Right, should we just show everybody what you've done with yours?
Got my skaters.
Okay, so that's Jill's skaters, and as you can see, she's got a little bit too much glue there, probably on the edge of the stamp, but she can probably just miss that one when she cuts hers out with her template. So you're going to cut around that one.
I'm going to cut around that one now, yes.
So I'm going to bring in mine, and I'm going to bring in my Stays On. and I've got a stag, and this is one of the stags from the Stampin' Up set, and I'm just going to ink that up really well, and then I'm just going to over stamp, because you can stamp over the flitter flakes with stays on. So I'm going to just press that down nicely, hoping that the colour transfers. Oh, and there we go. So I've got a stag in my background of trees. So that's my daytime one. And now I'm going to do my nighttime, and Jill's going to do her daytime one.
I am indeed.
Right. So this time I'm going to use Sheffield steel, and Jill's going to use the chocolate box. Right, slightly different for me this time, because I've decided to do a sentiment, and this is a Christmas one from IndigoBlu, and Jill's...
I'm going to do a robin, and then I'm going to mask him off and stamp some holly using Old Olive.
Okay, so I'm just using my glitter glue and my bit of fat foam, and I'm just going to make sure that all of the words are covered. That's the one good thing with this, using the flitter flake. It just picks up all the little details. It's absolutely great. And again, it's because it's a little bit different as well. They make quite stunning cards, I think, because got all that glitter. I think it's beautiful.
And I think it's quite simple once you know what you're doing,
Yeah.
but very effective. Oh!
Oh dear, got some of the black.
I'll cover up.
Tip it over, yeah,
Tip it over.
or do it over and then
Right.
start again. Do you want some?
Oh!
Right, so I'm going to put my Sheffield steel all over, making sure that it's going to be stuck well over all of those sentences. I don't think it'll matter if you've got a little bit of black.
No, because the colour will hopefully
Yeah.
cover it up, won't it?
You just want to make sure that you get as much glue on there as you can. That's better.
That's better. Put that straight in the water.
One of the things, at least you can see where you're putting your glitter flakes now.
Oh, except it's stuck to the paper.
Right. And I'm bringing my scoochie in now. And I'm just going to rub that in a little bit more. Make sure it's stuck down really well to that glue. Bring my scoochie in. And literally I'm just going to take off all the excess. And you can put all the little bits back into your boxes, because it will actually, you can use it again, that's not a problem.
I'm getting very stuck up here.
Okay. Somebody didn't wash their fingers, did they?
I don't think I did, no.
Right, so I've done the same as Jill, because it's quite easy to do. I've actually got a little bit of silver just on my sentiment there, it shouldn't be there, but you can either get that off with an eraser, or if you're doing like we are, cutting around a template, I might actually be able to cut that off. No, it's not quite going to make it. Right. And then my sentiment's slightly too big. I thought I'd measured it, but I haven't. So I'm going to be cutting off the W, but there we go. It's practice, isn't it? You have to sort of practice these things, and you'll know then if it's going to fit or not. It's not going to stop me though.
And being in a snow globe, it won't be absolutely clear.
No.
It's not as if people can read it, is it?
So I'm not that worried, to be quite honest. Anyway, so I'm just cutting around the template. Okay. What I'm going to do is I will get an eraser out and just take that one little bit off my corner, but I'm not too worried about it now. Let's finish this video. See if this, no, the scoochie might bring it off better than it was. There we go. So when the moon shines and the snow on the snow, at night everything is silent and the sound is of pure magic.
Oh,
so that's what my sentiment says. Okay, so I'm going to bring my globe back in and my 2 templates that I've done. And with this one you can have a bit of foam so you can actually sandwich it between. But what you can do is you can add little stones as well if you want to.
And that's what I'm going to do on my holly berries.
Okay. Would it be easier to cut it out first?
Oh yes.
Because you may not be able to get quite a good
good points.
Yeah, it might just sort of rock when you're trying to cut it out. Are you okay just using scissors? You can draw around the template if you find that a lot easier, but I tend to do it sort of just cut around it because then it saves you having to sort of rub off the lines. And I was going to say, what you can also do if you want to, you can use some little tiny gems as long as they're not too thick, you know, just to decorate up. So I think what I'm going to do with mine, I'm going to put a couple of these little pink gemstones on the nighttime sentiment just to give it a little bit of bling. And I've got my own pokey tool today. I'm not going to keep pinching Jill's.
No, good.
And then I'm just going to pop a couple of these little stones around. Oops. I think I have 5. That'd be fine. I could be really clever, couldn't I, and move that one stone just over where that little bit of extra silver was. Covers that up quite nicely. Another one there, I think. So I've just put some little gemstones just to add an extra little bit of bling on my sentiment. And you go in.
Some red holly berries.
Got some red holly berries. And then I think for my daytime one, I think I will just put a few little diamonds in the sky. I think they might look quite pretty. Do you want some of the diamonds for your nighttime sky as well?
Yes, because then I could put one on that little bit. But if I could have 3, please.
Okay. Now, because these are all sort of strung together, I've just used some scissors just to cut them off. If you start that edge.
Thank you.
Oh,
oh.
With one out.
Thank you. I'll have that one.
Okay. Oh, right. So I'm just literally just going to put just a couple down because I just think it just gives it a little bit more interest as well. Did you actually tell them? Did you show them? I think I missed, unfortunately, with your when you put your template over.
Oh right, sorry. No, I put my template down and then I stamped my holly using the old olive and then cut round it.
Right. So what Jill did then is that she actually did her flitter flakes. So she did her flitter flakes first, and then you put the mask over the top, and then you stamped over it.
That's it.
I missed that. Sorry, Jill. I was too engrossed in what I was doing. Okay. So should we put the top back on this one so it doesn't fly everywhere? Ooh.
Oh, one's a skate.
Chocolate. And put that one back in there.
Oh,
yeah, it's full of static. Ooh. Right, so then the next step, what we are going to do is we're going to be using some ribbon. As I said, in this one, I actually use the flitter flakes around the bottom, but we're going to use the ribbon on ours now, just to sort of decorate it up a little bit. Shall I go for the red one?
yes.
Oh, I wonder if no, I don't think I'd have enough of the black, would I? No, I'm going to go for the red. So I've just taken my base off, and I'm just going to stick this sticky back ribbon all the way round on the base. And this sticky back ribbon's brilliant because then it means that you don't have to worry about putting down, you know, your sort of double-sided sticky tape. If you don't have any sticky back ribbon, then obviously, you know, go with the sticky back tape, which is fine. Stick it on the ribbon first, and then take the backing part of the tape, and then you're away. And then I'm just going to use another piece for the top. And we discovered when you're using the top, if you're going to do the line across the top, look down on it, because when I tried to sort of hold it up and do it, when I look back at it, it was all wonky. I think it's the illusion of the water in there that sort of throws your eye off a little bit. So I'm just going to line up in the middle, and then over the top, and it just hides that join in the middle. I just thought it looked a lot nicer than having that foam and the card showing.
It does, it finishes it off nicely.
Oops, and then just line it up. Just cut my end bit of ribbon off. Tuck it down. That's another bit for later. Okay, and you've done both yours.
I've done both mine.
Right, and then what you do is you sandwich. Oh, that's a bit wonky, sorry. You just sandwich your two pieces with the foam, and then you just slip that into the globe. You might just need to hold the pieces together tightly just to make sure you don't knock those gems off, and then just slide it into the dome like so, and then just push down, and then pop your base on, make sure it clicks on, and then you have a finished snow dome. So that's my daytime one, so that's lovely as a tree with the stag, and then my nighttime one is the sentiment about the snow at night. And then Jill's, so this is her daytime one with the robin. Because it's in a dome, it's a little bit difficult to actually pick up all those images unless you're actually seeing it close up. And then the nighttime one was the two skaters skating by starlight. Well, I think that's quite a nice little project, and to be quite honest, you don't have to use flitter flakes. You can sort of use images, stamped images, anything you like really. Just have a bit of fun, get the children involved, you know. I think this is just a nice little holiday gift for anybody.
Oh, it's lovely. I think I need to practice with the flitter flakes though. I'm rather gutted.
Well, that's not bad for a first time.
No, I'm really pleased. It's really effective.
Well, I hope you had fun with us today, and we'll hopefully be back with another one in maybe a week's time. You never know if I can persuade Jill to come back. Anyway, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.